today's question is, what is asylum? Asylum is a benefit that the United States provides to individuals who are already present in the United States who fear returning to their home country because of past persecution and or a fear of future persecution. Asylum allows a grantee to live and work permanently in the United States without fear of being returned to the country where they fear harm. In order to qualify for asylum, an individual must show the following things. One, that he or she has been persecuted in the past or has a well-founded fear of being persecuted in the future, and that past persecution or future persecution is on account of one of the 5 protected characteristics. And the 5 protected characteristics under U.S. asylum law are religion, race, membership in a particular social group, nationality, and political opinion. Finally, an individual also has to show that their home country, the government of their home country, was either unwilling or unable to prevent the persecution from occurring, or would be unwilling or unable to prevent the persecution from occurring in the future. This is usually shown through a combination of oral testimony and documentary evidence, which are presented to an asylum officer and or an immigration judge after an individual has filed an application for asylum with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, otherwise known as USCIS. And the asylum form is called an I-589 form. It's commonly referred to just as the I-589, and that has to be filed in the mail to start the whole process. The I-589 has to be filed within 1 year of an individual's last arrival into the United States. This is a pretty hard and fast deadline. There are 2 exceptions to the 1-year filing deadline, but generally an individual must file that application within 1 year of their last physical arrival into the United States. It's also possible for a foreign national to apply for asylum when they are already in deportation or removal proceedings. In that case, the asylum claim is raised as a defense to deportation, and that has to be done in front of an immigration judge. What constitutes persecution? Well, there is no set list of what treatment rises to the level of persecution. In fact, this is an issue that has been litigated in the courts for many years. Generally, though, for most individuals, a combination of factors can be shown to rise to the level of treatment that is serious enough to be considered persecution by the U.S. immigration courts. Because each asylum case is determined on its own merits, it's extremely important for an individual who believes that he or she may have suffered past persecution or have a fear of persecution in the future. It's important for them to contact and discuss their claim with a qualified immigration attorney, and one in particular who has experience dealing with asylum claims. The process of applying for asylum can be an extremely lengthy one, but it's a really remarkable benefit, and therefore it's in the best interest of an individual who feels that they may have a viable claim to actually go through the process. Once an individual has filed their asylum application, if their case is not fully adjudicated within 180 days of the filing of that application, they automatically qualify for a work permit. And then that work permit can be renewed until their case is decided by a judge. So an individual who has a pending asylum application not only is allowed to stay in the United States in a protected status, meaning they cannot be sent back to the country they are afraid of returning to, but they also are allowed to work, which is an important benefit. In addition, when an individual is granted asylum, he or she is then able to file to bring over a spouse and any minor children that may be residing abroad, or they can include a spouse and children that are in the United States on their asylum application. And then once an individual has been in asylee status for 1 year, they're able to convert that status to lawful permanent resident status, which means that they get a green card. And once they've had the green card for 5 years, then they're able to apply for citizenship. So it's a really incredible benefit because it does allow an asylee grant to remain permanently in the United States, to work here, to be with their family, and they don't have to fear being returned to a place where they are afraid of being harmed. I'd love to hear any questions you may have about asylum or immigration in general. You can send them to us through our website, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.